Thank you. What makes a leader? Some it's ambition to lead, some for power, some are forced into it. Champ, what would you say makes a leader?
Somebody who can inspire others to do what he is chosen to do.
Excellent. Simon?
A leader is really a cheerleader. Somebody who barracks from the side, not necessarily the doer, but the one that encourages all around them to reach their potential.
Excellent answers. I was actually had an opportunity where I was actually asked to lead. I was on an expedition in Africa. My group leader got sick. Took her, flew her out of the area, off to the hospital, and the group turned on me. And I said to them, well, who's going to lead, guys? Which one of us is going to go and step up and do it? And they all just looked around and said, Simon, this is our first trip. I said, yes. They said, you've done this 3 times. This is your 3rd trip over here. I was like, well, your point being, you're the leader. I was like, I didn't ask to be leader, you're the leader. So I was like, okay, what does the leader need to do in that sort of environment? 1, make sure everyone stays alive. So what I did is I delegated. I pretty much said, we've got to do the building and you need food and water. So I delegated. I said, does anyone want to run the building project? Which I did. I had hands up. And I said, great, organise them into their building project where I made sure they had food and water at the end of the day, spoke to the head base on the satellite phone and organised. And that's what I realised, that's what a leader needs to do. Make sure they're an example, they're someone that everyone can go to if there's a problem and they can communicate back and forth. Now I did with Toastmasters, my leadership style, and to put it mildly, on all of them apart from 2, I came bloody dreadful. I was getting 4, 5, but then at the top, I got almost an even score. A high 26 in both, being bureaucratic and democratic. And I was like, well, hang on, that's 2 very different leadership styles. Why would I have one that says I'm bureaucratic and one that says I'm democratic? To base it, really, I did the test twice. But what I realised is, I think it's down to the work environment in which you have to adapt to, more than anything else. Take for the Defence Force, for example, when I was in the Defence Force. Why do people, you're dealing with untrained people that usually come in. So what are the 4 main reasons you join the Defence Force? 1, patriotism. 2, your family was in there, it's a family trait. 3, you're just looking for a job. And the 4th one is you want the legal means to be able to kill someone else. Which, to put it mildly, that's what you got. So, with the Defence Force, it has to be bureaucratic. Orders down, chain of command, no exceptions, to maintain discipline. Now, I realised in an environment like the Defence Force, that works really well. Actually, it wouldn't actually work properly without it. But then when I came to, like other businesses like Mitre 10, working as a nurse, Bunnings, I found that they used both. And they were, how it was when they ran their organisation, they would be democratic in how they would do it, but they would be bureaucratic in OH&S and safety. But more than that, they would still be democratic in having effective communication and correspondence when running the whole business. So it came to me thinking, okay, so the whole idea about that is adaptability. You have to be able, depending on whichever job you go to to adapt to that leadership style. So what I found is if you end up in an organisation which is run down there, you adapt. If you're in an organisation, and which I found to be strange, that if you're in an organisation with very high, like let's say I was to go into politics and I was to speak to a bunch of doctors and nurses, the best way to do that would be democratic. Democratic, I find, works well with very well educated people. It might take time to make a decision, but at least hopefully you'd make the right decision. Whereas bureaucratic, yes, it works well. Like an example in the Defence Force, quick, decisive decisions, that's it. So all I can say is with scoring one, even in both, what I found is I could actually lead in both, but with the ability to adapt with the situation at hand. Thank you.